I mean, we don't get better than this, right? An Invasion of Tolvada, just shining like a bright star. Oh, you won't like it at all. Lifelink on everything, flying blocker for the Seraph. Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and today we'll start with stats because this deck has a bit of history, but don't worry, you will love the deck, you will love the games, and just to encourage you a little bit, against Mono Red, we played 3 times, we won all of the games, 100% win rate, and it's not a coincidence, believe me. So, total deck is 7-5, we are winning 58% of the times. However, this is actually the first deck I was making after the ban, so you will see 2 batches with very different versions. The first version I was a bit unhappy with, and it went exactly 50%, it was before the ladder reset, and yeah, I didn't like it enough. However, with some changes, you can see them there here, we actually went 4 wins, 2 losses, and it feels like this. It really feels that the deck is here. So we advanced to Diamond 3 with this one, so I'm sure you can hit Mythic with this one if you play more. And yeah, the new win rate seems much more promising, and I think now the deck is way better. So let's go into the tech, but I wanted to give you some, insight into what those 7-5 means. It's actually 4-2 in this version, but let's go. Alright, and now we are in the deck, and guys, you wanted Phyrexian Arena deck? I also wanted it. This was the first one we were making after the post bans, because suddenly you don't get cheat card advantage just by playing 4 Bankbusters for Invoke, and see ya, you have the value in the deck. Right now you need to fight for having card advantage, and Phyrexian Arena might be one of the best ways to do it. It's only 3 mana, rest of the deck is trying to make sure that you will never die to Phyrexian Arena. Sheoldred, life gain, perfect life gain together with Arena, but we also play 4 Sunset Revelries. That's quite a lot, but this is always relevant because you always have Phyrexian Arena at some point in the game. So, and in the control matchups you always can just cycle it, your opponent will have more cards than you usually, so it's still fine. And the life gain makes all the difference. You will see this card single-handedly won so many games, and this is one of the reasons Mono Red just cannot touch us, man. Like, when they see it on turn 2, it's like, man, I'm out of this game already, and we are like, yeah, go away, Mono Red. So we have the big Sheoldred, so 5 mana, kinda invokish, and the cool thing about this one, the one that names came from, Invasion of Tolvada or the Broken Sky, which is the most, the cooler part of the card. So the first one is Reanimator. However, the other part, when you finally flip, you get the Broken Sky. All the tokens get +1 attack and lifelink. It means that all the Wedding Announcement tokens, all the Sunset Revelry tokens, all the Wandering Emperor tokens, all of them are insane. You will see in the game. Aggro decks just cannot handle the flip. This is the deck, we won't linger too much on it. It's better to see it in action because it looks like very similar shell. When you play it, it's so much different. And I'm super happy that Invoke is not here anymore, because suddenly, look at those. Those are 5-drops. We can actually think which 5-drop we are using. That's amazing. So this is the deck. I really hope you enjoy it. Guys, if you want to support the channel, the best way to go around it is just subscribing and liking, because it helps with YouTube algorithm and all this stuff. If you are subscribed, especially for a long time, really thank you. You are one of the pillars for this channel and the reason we are making the deck, so really thank you, and I'm happy to see you guys are enjoying the content and the decks. So let's go into the games. They will be epic, and there will be some Mono Red scooping, so what's better than this? Let's go. Sunset Revelry should keep us afloat, and with the Painland we can even get some life. That's some bubble, 1 animation material. I mean, enjoy your new pet. See? Seen here, so you can save some gems. Alright, back to the game. Back to the game. Man, we get, oh my god, we get the full value. And if there's something I feel excited about, is it's maximum value Sunset Revelry. Man, and this is, man, on the draw we would not get the full value. That's insane. Invasion, which means, of course, it's great for him, but first we have double 3-drops, so he cannot disable our next turn. I mean, That's a blowout for him. It looks good, right? He gets rid of one of the cards, but we play the other one. His officer cannot attack for like 2 turns. And what do you do, my friend? What do you do? Alright. Not perfect because we show him the hand, but I think it's worth the land. I actually want the land. Especially that the Ganjo can be used as a removal, so you know, pretty good stuff. Let's prepare for Brutal Qatar, so we need at least 1 blocker. Sans, wow, oh my god, can it get worse for him? See, Sunset Revelry on the play. Basically carried this game from start to finish. And this is what you need. We don't need more Reveries. And he really wants to crack it, man. This is his win con. And he feels so great right now. And he will feel so bad in a second. Huh? Huh? You know it's here. Man, I actually thought they will play into it because I forgot they seen. But yeah, when they see it, they play differently. Because especially aggro players usually don't play around anything. They just do their own stuff like they are playing single player. So, you know, when they see the cards, they actually consider scenarios, which is crazy. No permanence yet because this is exiled. I think we just play the Trespasser and we say go. And we go white because on the next turn we might want to get rid of the Emperor ourselves. Get rid of the creature. Thank you. Still at 20. Send the message. Enjoy. Ah, who's the defender? Who's the control deck right now, but with no cards? Alright, so he gives flank, he gets the flip. That's pretty big. That's actually really big. Because we cannot play around it in any way, and this gets buffed. So we are. So this forces a Sunfall at some point. But until then, and we probably want to. Yeah, okay. I like this play quite a lot. So we make a Samurai because it's super cool to have a Samurai. Now we go for Invasion. We have the Emperor, and now we get her back. Alright, and how do we attack right now? Even though it's super tempting to just... Man, getting rid of Brutal Qatar feels so good. And we can still flip the battle, right? They block here, so they need to sacrifice the Vanguard for this. Alright, let's see. I really want this flip, man. Maybe I should +1. I probably should, right? And submit 0. Man, they don't know how to play this. Then they could even sacrifice it, get the Vanguard, and this would not flip. Now we have all those tokens and they will become buffed. When he realizes what happens, he might explode. Because I'm... Oh? Are we still in the block? Alright, okay. He realized what's up. And I mean, we could +1 right now if we want, for some perfect value. I mean, we don't get better than this, right? Oh man. Man, Invasion of Tolvada, just shining like a bright star. Oh, you won't like it, my friend. Oh, you won't like it at all. Lifelink on everything, flying blocker for the Seraph. So they can kill Emperor if they get flying to this, but they need to attack. We have lifelink and we are not losing in... Man, this actually was better than the Sunfall. I think we did it. And we have so many tokens. We didn't even hit like wedding announcement. Otherline is actually not good. Man, they don't know how to play their deck. Right now they create a token that will die and will give us the lifelink for free. So they should play Otherline after the attack phase. Thank you for 4 extra life. It's amazing. And do we want to protect the Emperor? You know what? I actually want to protect her. Just because +1 makes it super awkward for him for the next turn. Enjoy. We can maybe hit some removal. Thank you. That's perfect. Alright. You know what's fun? More Emperors. Oh boy, he won't like this game. Man, Invasion of Tolvada absolutely showing the potential. And this is all thanks to Invoke Despair not being in the format. Believe me, we would not have it if that was the case. So we force this one. Do we go for Adeline? I think we do. Because now there's no blocker and we can go super hard on him. There's also a creature in the graveyard. Do I want more? Man, I'm a sucker for those tokens. I really am. Because with the lifelink and so much stuff, like, we won't lose. Alright. So we flip another. Man, we are playing Arena deck. And we are at 35. Look at this stuff! And all of those tokens have 3-1 every turn. Man, like, we actually don't need a Sunfall. And we just had all those Reveries as a backup, so... Like, he couldn't even pressure us to force to use it. Man, he's so out of this game, it's hilarious in a way. And I mean Tolvada, the broken sky. Really, really fun stuff. Thank you for the token. So now we trade very nicely. We live game even more. And now he has no flying, and he needs to actually fight all of this. And you know how it will end. You know how... Oh no, I pay 1 life. That's horrible. That's so horrible. So, I mean, see ya? I love it. Man, I did not expect this will be so fun. Cool. Have you heard about my... You know what? I will go for it for this one. Good game, my friend. It was fun. But, to be honest, I don't think they played it very, very well. In all honesty. And let's make sure that it will be as hard for him as possible. I think this was the recruitment officer game, right? With Sunset Revelry. Yeah, this one was definitely not great. Like, he stopped attacking for like 2 turns, and now we unleashed our mid game and end game, and he cannot compete with that. Alright guys, opponent goes first, as usually. And we have extremely... So the only cards that matter in this hand, Go for the Throat and Sunfall. Is that enough to... Like, we basically play 5 cards. The mana base is decent. You know what? Just because if there was no Go for the Throat, I would absolutely not take it. And we are against some strange deck. I've never seen this one before, so... Seems like some kind of aggro that you click cards with, but not sure. We'll see. What could be their turn to play? This is such a mystery. Alright, so we have Sunset Revelry and Go for the Throat, so we should be kinda fine. Maybe we can survive until the Sunfall. We have enough Sunset Revelries to make it awkward. And honestly, play with fire is probably really good for us, because that's not what they want to do right now. They need to, like, the whole point of this this, you know, aggro deck is that they play creatures first, and creatures, like, imagine this deals 1 or 2 damage every turn. It's like play with fire generator. Like, every upkeep you get a play with fire instead of attacking. That's how the card works. So the faster you play, the better value you get. I think Sunset Revelry is good here. We don't get to draw a card, but let's be honest, we won't. And double blockers will make the, you know, future fuzzy for them. They cannot play Squee as well, because then we just double block it and they get only 1 token. No buff here, so it's 2 damage, and I guess they still can do it. They just... I mean, they just like playing stuff, right? Maybe they have double Squee, not sure. Not great value for them, to be honest. But I absolutely don't mind it. What's up, bro? Oh, Sunset Revelries. It feels so amazing against Mono Red. Man, we are at 22. We are higher than we started, and they're like just... I hate my life. Alright, this actually matters. They can pump the Swift Spear. This is the correct counter. So obviously they won't do it. That's how they roll. So we cannot Sunfall on the next turn, so we need to play into 2 turns. Oh, that's a really good one. One of the reasons we play it in the deck. See a nerd? Because the problem is, not now. Now Squee is not a big thing, but when we sweep, Squee is a huge problem, and we use our exile on something else. And now we can get back to the Trespasser with Invasion, and maybe we can flip it for easy win. If not, we just go for the fraud. Alright, so we can champ block the Raiju and block the token with Trespasser. We just need to hit land from the top. That's, as you can see, our 5 drops are lingering in our hand. They just are eager to be played. And for this, I need a mana. Oh boy, this card. Do it. I hope he pumps the Raiju. You know, even though Kumano is turn 1 play, it's still kinda relevant. Let's see the counter. I hope it goes to Raiju, because man, he's literally doing everything wrong. Let's see if that's enough to lose the game with a mono red. Oh boy, that's a cool one. Feels very good. Feels very good. And he discarded so many cards to answer Trespasser that would die anyway. And because we are on 14, thanks to Reveries, like, we don't care about this last burst of damage because we have way more mana. And on the next turn, it will get even better. Alright, so we go for Invasion now. And thanks to the fact that he killed it, we actually get the value. No creatures, unfortunately, so we will go with... Yeah, this one is best target for adversary. Not sure if this version plays it, but all mono red versions do play it. And he's against 4/4. When we flip this, it will be super cool. And having this Trespasser back is huge deal. Yeah? You need to read the card. Oh my god, they are reading the card. It's great. Guys, we made mono red read the card because they need to know if they need to defend. With their creature that says deliberately it cannot block. I guess they can block with Mishra's Founder, but... It's a non-token creature. So if they activate... So, do we want to get rid of the Chick or the Founder? Honestly, I prefer to get rid of the Chick because it gets the damage through, and with Sheoldred, I mean that they can activate it in response, so we don't really narrow their decisions, but you know. Now we can exile the little bird. Let's start flipping the battle. And play with fire, because it's an adversary target as well. I mean, we are absolutely deconstructing them, and we still have like 2 Sunset Revelries in the deck, which are absolutely amazing right now. Man, if we had 1 more mana, we would already flip the battle with the token. That's one of the cool combos, right? I don't have Banebuster for instant flip, but you have Sunfall tokens that sometimes can be 5/5, and you just play it, flip it, and you get more tokens and buff on the one. Man, mono red got absolutely smoked, and let's enjoy the moment. Yeah. Oh, there was a mono red in the game. But you know what? It felt too good to not mark it. I would love to be on the play Sunday. Sure, we will take it. It's not amazing hand, but it's something, you know? It's something. Alright, against... Oh, soldiers. Okay, I did not expect this one while seeing Island. Now let's go with the black mana. So even more would be better on the play, right? Because then we wedding announcement and we have absolutely enough time for a while. Let's see that, man. What's up with your hands, bro? I mean, you might have gotten the wrong deck list, my friend. I never seen anything like this. They cannot cast Resolute Reinforcements, so do they really run counter spells? It seems like it. It really seems like it. So we will march it and go into Trespasser then. Just making... Is it mono blue soldiers? Is that where we are? I think we are. Alright. The moment of truth. I honestly think that's a good play. He's on the play, so he has less cards than us. So we kinda negate this whole thing. And Skystrike Officer is one of those cards that can absolutely snowball like crazy. Wedding Announcement, usually better first, even before the Trespasser. Trespasser gets a lot of his value by just, you know, being targeted, and by your opponent not playing cards. Sure. I'm eager to see what's up, my friend. What the hell is this? I have zero idea, man. Alright, no counter spells as well. Oh, I think I know. I think this is Azorius Soldiers with guy who doesn't have rare lands. So I think this is the downside when you play the basics. Alright, I think it makes sense, right? So yeah, we'll be a bit more lenient toward this, because I thought this is some weird build, but in fact it's just something different. We don't have correct mana for this one, and I want the removal for Mirror. Emperor is not exactly the perfect one. I cannot pain myself too much. I could switch it to the nighttime, and you know what? This is not a great play. Drawing card. We will flip Wedding Announcement, so our 4/4 will still be a 4/4. You know what? Let's try. Alright, we don't need to pain ourselves if we tap more mana. That's pretty cool. So yeah, thanks to the Wedding Announcement, we don't need to flip into the nighttime. Alright, Siege Veteran. He should absolutely attack. Or maybe not, because we have two blockers. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Awkward. And I guess we are just drawing with Sunset Revelry. And I will pay myself, because I don't think we'll be in... let's go for Grotto. It always has way higher priority than it should. Man, I need to know. Show me. Indeed, so this is a normal soldier deck, just with someone who didn't craft the dual lands, and you can see the difference. It's a big blow to the deck. Honestly, I actually would prefer him to play everything onto the board. He has double legendaries, so it's double Talia, double Morale, so one sweeper won't do it. However, two sweepers should. And we have some time, right? Everything is exile effect, so we should be fine as long as Harbin makes more pressure. So if he attacks, and he might, no, not yet. So 3 soldiers. Okay, let's go into the nighttime right now. We cannot attack yet. So the point is that those creatures will die theoretically without doing nothing, but however what they do is throw the game, so he needs to invest way more into the board, which means way better sweeper. And then with Sunfall we get a very, very cool token. We probably won't activate it on the same turn because we don't have enough mana. 5 damage a turn. I mean, it's acceptable. Right, I would love to attack and draw a card, but I probably die then. Yeah, it's 9 damage already. Yeah, we can survive one Talia. We play Wedding Announcement, even though we lose one of the tokens, but the rest one will be a head start after we sweep next turn. So we are playing for 2-turn sweeper right now strategy. Even if they play Talia, we have 6 mana for the Sunfall, and that's what we want to cast anyway. Alright, the good play. I hope he attacks heavily, but he probably will attack only with Harbin and still draw a card. Alright. Any attacks? Nope. Alright. So, he will get a card. It's not over, but we can play into triple sweepers, and that should be enough. Do I want to draw a card? Because instead of a token, a 3/3 token at some point. Like, I'm going to sweep anyway next time. So I will attack like this. We life gain a little bit. We don't have creatures on our side, unfortunately. So we gain life, we pressure their life total a little bit. Maybe they won't block, because it's such a weird attack. See? We just got 8 damage for free, man. And now we Sunfall. It's absolutely not over. I think we don't activate the token for a while, just because we need to get rid of all of those cards. We need to hit a land at some point, because our Furwars are offline because of Talia. And he was so mad, but this doesn't seem like a good ratio, right? Of course he could draw bad, but even the uncommons, he should play tap lands instead of, you know, just pure blue, because you don't need pure blue in this deck. Alright, so we can farewell this for pretty decent value. Or just play Sheoldred, and Sheoldred is way better here. And we can also play Sunset Revelry. No cards? Nah, let's just go Sheoldred. I will get some board presence later with it. Sheoldred is really good because, like, they need to answer her. They took way too much damage for no reason because they didn't expect a sweeper, I guess. And now they actually need to. Oh my god, that's amazing. Even if they double spell, the flip comes after the attack phase, so they cannot attack our phase. And I don't really care about this. It's actually perfect for us. We play the Grotto. However, we needed the land for this one. We don't need more though. This is as much as we get, and that will be a good game. He's also tapped, so no risk of counter spells as well. And that was the game. Man, if you are playing like this, you prefer tap lands over untapped blue ones. You generally don't want the blue ones. But he has, yeah, those are uncommons, man. And you should absolutely make a mana base without the rares, I think, even. You can tell me in the comment, because I think there's so many ways to do it. Alright, I attack you. I could probably kill him, but it's more fun this way, and they have no haste creatures, so they cannot threaten our life total. And you know what? We will go one step further. Just going Phyrexian Arena to show what's up. Alright, and Emperor at the end step. That should be fine, and this should be the explosion, right? Because whatever they draw, it won't be Sheoldred. I mean, that's as good as it gets, but a bit too late, too little. And let's see, I cannot even hit Brutal Cathar. Of course they hit it, but they cannot play it. And those were, if there was any sequence of draws that could get back them back into the game, that was Officer into Brutal Cathar killing Sheoldred. But it's just not enough. So, let's go for the kill play. Sheoldred, please stop with the triggers. And we activate, we have a 10-10. I mean, that's, you know, the usual control endgame. Just, you know, 20-20 attacking your face. Oh, and he takes it. Alright, good game, Gabriel. That was fun animation. Alright, opponent goes first. This is not a great hand. We have Trespasser. Don't like it fully, you know. Okay, that's a decent draw probably. It fixes our mana, it gives us double black for either Sheoldred or just Arena if we find it. Alright. 6 cards, so we cannot Revelry right now. I mean, kinda dead turn, but it's okay. Like, we will find a use for Revelry at some point. And what are we playing against? No idea. I'm not sure, it doesn't super looks like the main control, unless he just, you know, hit too many of those. Maybe. 4 colors is a lot. That's for sure. Yeah, but it doesn't seem to be full 5 color. And here's the Arena we were talking about. Definitely something we want to start, you know, using. Stomper will be annoying because it messes up the Sheoldred, so even though it doesn't attack, it kinda protects the next card. Leyline. Alright, so indeed, 5 colors, alright. Alright, Kaya. Kaya is amazing here. 1 removal is gone. Alright, removal check. And this is what Sheoldred is, right? It's just a removal check. No ley lines, because there would be a bigger stop. I don't think that was a stop. Theoretically he could instantly click it, but it did not feel exactly like this, and most of the players don't click it very fast. But Sorcerer Speed is still here. Alright, Stomper. I mean, I can play Sheoldred every single turn, bro. How many removals do you have? Man, I like it. Like, this is exactly what I expected when this card was introduced. Just a cool 2-for-1 that, you know, you were playing with this kind of cards. So Atraxa is already on the battlefield, faster than expected, to be honest. So what do they have? Another oh my god, double Atraxa. It will be really hard to beat, man. Oh boy, especially if we miss the land drop. So we can attack, but it doesn't give too much, and this doesn't tap for attacking. I don't think we'll get enough cards. I mean, we cannot block, so we might as well attack. But it's probably Sunset Revelry then. I guess if I paint, I could gain 4 life, so that was a slight misplay. But it's mostly about the card, man. It's mostly about the card, man. Okay, let's go Trespasser, because it gives some value, some damage. But it's not looking perfectly so far. I think we will be losing this one, unfortunately. Atraxa came way faster than she should, or at least before we expect her. Like, we can pressure him very, very heavily and just finish the game when the Atraxa hits the battlefield with like Kaya or, you know, Trespasser or just huge attack, but not on curve when this comes into play. Especially when it hits another Atraxa. Without this, we would be still playing. Like, if we remove this, it's just what? Binding, land, Heart Migration, and some ramp. So, you know, not the worst, but when it's Atraxa, into like, at this point they never lack value. So you know that they will use every single point of mana during the rest of the game. And we don't have a good removal against Atraxa. Even Black Mage, this is one of the small punishes. Like, you need to pay 8 mana for this one. And if you miss any land drops and your opponent is ramping, you won't have enough, right? Alright. Let's see. No attacks, that's very interesting. Sorry for that. Alright, so that's such a pickle. I'm not sure if there's anything we can do here. Let's first go for this one. See the card. Alright, land is okay. It's actually okay. We also get to see a pick. I mean, that is a card. Alright. It's a shame they cannot block Sheoldred, actually. But we'll try to make it work. I guess, right? Why not? We cannot attack with Trespasser, of course, because they just block. But you can see the difference in menace. Like, there's a huge menacing 7/7 Death Touch flying lifelink vigilance creature, and we just attack over it, no problem. But lifelink means that it doesn't matter. On the bright side, he should not cast second Atraxa while he has this one, and if he's not attacking, it means that we you know, don't need to react so quickly. Like, we can try to build something. I mean, if we exile Atraxa with Kaya, that might be the play. And we can hit it on the next turn, theoretically. Alright, the attack, probably on Zendikar, I would guess. No, going for the kill. Alright. Also makes sense. It doesn't tap, so the Emperor definitely not as great as in other scenarios. And he has the ley line. Sunfall! I see. Alright. So this will be for second Atraxa. I think this is how we need to play. Interesting choice. So they want, of course, to follow up with the Atraxa on the next turn. And now they're just ramping. So they can make Atraxa into a lot of spells. I wonder how many basics they have. Some versions run 2 of each basic. But this one has at least 3 planes, right? So it's a bit different. Alright, so we create Emperor just to get something going on. I mean, look at this. If there was no Atraxa, we got him to 3 cards already and we actually are ahead. But not with the second Atraxa. So how do we do it? Invasion. No permanence, because everything was exiled. Pretty unfortunate. I think we just go like this. If they play Leyline, they could. We get the stuff. Alright. Farewell is a card. Let's try to go a bit white, because they want Atraxa that taxes a lot of their mana. I mean, cool. Alright. Actually should not, because I have Sheoldred still in the deck, so theoretically Graveyard matters, and it's not like they are getting it back in any way. Alright, so we attack, and we wait for the decree, the Atraxa decree, what the hits will be. Oh. That's an oopsie moment. Yeah, it has Summoning Sickness, but for some reason I felt it's... you know, you cannot block with Summoning Sickness. I know, silly, it's fine. So, yeah, the big point is how to answer the Atraxa, so I'm not really paying too much attention before you write an angry comment. And here we are with this attack. How much do we need Emperor? We actually prefer Emperor in the graveyard, probably. We might defend Kaya, though, on the next turn. So we want to have the creatures for the next one. So play Atraxa, it will be like this probably. If he goes for the Heart Migration, that's probably good for us, right? We can exile everything and get the arena going. And they still need to play Atraxa then. Alright. I don't... they definitely lower all those plays. Okay, now, but you should start with Atraxa. What... I don't like it. I think you should start with Atraxa and see what we hit, because those could be very good cards. Breach, oh my god, it gets worse. I thought that we are surviving the storm, but the storm just started. Breach is absolute, like, man, we need duress for this one. And we don't hit it. That's bad. That's really bad, man. I can exile it and kill Atraxa. If we get back the Emperor, we don't really get too much, right? And we cannot break the battle because Atraxa is such a strong blocker. And they still have another binding, so we cannot really play. Oh boy. It sucks, but I don't think we have a choice here. This way we force something at least. Because Farewell needs to be the last play. Good, that's perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. Oh, but they have the third one as well. Man, they just have everything. It's hard to play around stuff because they just have 2 or 3 of them. And they still have the gas after it, so it's just, oh my god, just overwhelming advantage. But we could beat everything except into the bridge the multiverse. Yeah, into the bridge is something else. So, oh my god, it's again Atraxa. Alright, I'm out. I'm out. Man, I cannot beat 3 Atraxas in a row, alright? Alright, guys. The hand is decent, but this is definitely, I'm on the play hand. Cool. So we definitely would prefer to be on the play, because both Sunset Revelry can draw more, and Wedding Announcement are much better, including the Phyrexian Arena. And it seems we are against some fresh deck. Not sure what it does, it's probably some kind of aggro. So, yeah, we absolutely need to go for the throat at the end step. Sticky Fingers, that's interesting. Can we try to punish it? Yeah, so they could be playing Land after and try to cast it, but it goes away anyway, right? And if they have 1 mana, they cannot play a creature and this in 1 turn, so, you know, there's no real downside. But too many taplands too late. So, we don't really have a choice because we don't have double black, and I wondered what was better. Is Phyrexian Arena setup better than Wedding Announcement? Wedding Announcement is the safe option, that's for sure. And I guess on the next turn we need to go for Sunset Revelry. We take the damage, of course. I mean, we are not in the worst spot right now. We are just in very good spot right now. So, I could play the Baron. Oh, I should have blocked. I did not expect I would be casting Revelry. So I guess it has to be Sheoldred now, right? We could also go for Arena, but it's very risky. Alright, let's go. Let's go. Send the message. Alright. As long as you don't attack with 2, it's fine. Alright, whenever opponent draws a card, they explode. I mean...